Hey, deep divers. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, because today we're diving headfirst into some pretty murky waters.
Murky is right.
Yeah, we're talking about the wild world of Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and a tax loophole that's got people talking.
Definitely got people talking.
Yeah, so to get to the bottom of this, we're going to be looking at some stuff from the Daily Beast and a podcast called The New Abnormal.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so the Daily Beast article and that New Abnormal podcast both talk about this tax loophole that could potentially let some government officials
Step out on paying tax?
maybe even for their whole lives.
Wow.
And there's all this speculation that Elon Musk could benefit from this if Trump wins the next election.
That's right. And there's this article in The Lever by Lucy Dean Stockton that really dives into the nitty-gritty of this weird little tax code provision.
Okay, so we're talking lifetime tax exemption.
Yeah.
Is that even legal?
Well, according to Stockton's article, it looks like it's a real part of the tax code. But it's one of those things that almost never gets used,
Okay.
and it specifically applies to certain types of government officials.
Oh, interesting.
And so, hypothetically speaking, it could apply to Musk if he joined a Trump administration.
Right. But I'm still not clear on how this loophole actually works.
Yeah, so essentially the article lays it out like this.
Okay.
If Musk were to get a certain position in a Trump administration, one that requires him to sell off certain assets to avoid conflicts of interest.
Right. To avoid those conflicts of interest.
Exactly.
Okay.
He could then potentially qualify for this lifetime exemption from income tax.
So to be clear, he'd have to sell off some of his assets to even qualify.
That's right.
But wouldn't he have to pay taxes on those sales?
Well, yeah, but the exemption would apply to all the income he makes after he's in office.
Also, all future income.
Yeah, and the article points out that his companies have already gotten billions of dollars in government contracts.
Right. I did see that.
So if he were to stay on as CEO, that could mean a huge amount of future income.
Yeah. That's a lot of money we're talking about.
Definitely.
But on that New Abnormal podcast, they mentioned something else that really caught my attention.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, Musk has already managed to not pay income taxes for years. And that's even without this loophole.
Yeah, well, the U.S. tax code, it's complicated, to say the least.
It really is.
I mean, there are all these deductions and credits and strategies people can use.
Especially if you're wealthy.
Especially then.
Like, what kind of strategies are we talking about?
Oh, well, one that's pretty common is capital gains deferral.
Okay, I think I've heard of that.
It's where you can put off taxes on the profits you make from investments until you actually sell those investments.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, it can get pretty complex.
So even though Musk might already have his ways of lowering his taxes, this loophole adds a whole other layer to the story.
For sure.
So what do you think is the big takeaway here for our listeners?
Well, I think this situation really highlights a couple of things.
Okay, what are the...
First, it shows us just how much money might be influencing things behind the scenes in politics.
That's a good point.
And second, it brings up some really important questions about whether our tax system is really fair.
Like whether everyone's playing by the same rules.
Exactly.
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
Well, deep divers, this deep dive has definitely given us all some food for thought.
Some food for thought, for sure.
It really makes you wonder what other weird little loopholes are hidden away in our tax code.
And what kind of impact they're having.
Yeah, and how those loopholes might be affecting the decisions of powerful people.
It's a rabbit hole, for sure.
It really is.
Definitely.
So if you found this as interesting as we did, hit that like button.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah, and let us know what you think in the comments.
We love hearing your thoughts.
We do. Until next time, keep on learning.
Keep on diving deep.
Yeah.
Right.
See ya.